Should be a fun little matchup. Just trying to sort this out with the SRL room right now, unfortunately.
It looks like we got a little bit of an echo here going on.
Yep. Trying to work this out with the runners and see if I can get anything, so I'll be just a minute.
Not a problem. Yes, Taco is using a custom sprite.
All right, we have our runners in a new room to sort that problem out. Unfortunately, we had a phantom entrant in the race room, which was holding things up. So that's sorted out. The timer's on. Thanks so much to our runners for putting up with this, and we're good now.
Let's rock and roll. And we got a start screen over on the bottom southwest of the screen.
That's an interesting place to start, because this is a hard place to route in.
But there's a level right here.
Level 7, Redbird would say nope. Although nothing wrong with checking a few rooms and finding bombs is great. That's great for Taco, because you get to check the next screen. Although I don't think you... Or, Maligord checks the next screen, I'm sorry. I had my runners mixed up for a moment. Just a shot.
Is that 84 on that arrow price? Not too good.
I don't see arrows as a particularly common purchase unless or until you know you need them.
Got some take any's on Taco's side, but I guess Maligord must have picked that bomb, those bombs up in level 7.
Yeah, there was some bombs on the floor in 7, and Maligord was rewarded for checking a few more rooms than Taco did by just immediately noping out.
Yeah, that's a great find early on with no sword. Gives you a little more access to explore some of the overworld.
We've also found the Any Road, so they're starting to explore that, and we're about to get a look at our first possible Armos item location. That's just money. So right now, a little exploration advantage for Maligord because of those bombs.
50 for that secret, yuck. Or is that a medium secret? Never mind. Good
Yeah, I
medium
think that'd be too
secret.
low for the large secrets, so probably pretty generous. Uh, the other thing is now Maligord has enough money to you could bank on a blue candle shop instead of from one of the bonus caves. There is guaranteed to be one either in an open cave or from a bombable location.
Ooh, there's the wood sword on Taco's side up in the graveyard.
Not the easiest spot to get to it, but pretty near where they started from, so worked out well for Taco while Maligord's on the other side of the world.
Yeah, if you're competent in your screen scrolling abilities, it's really not too far away. But it looks like Maligord's on the completely opposite side of the world. As Taco finds a Takeni and grabs Candle. And there's a blue candle on Maligord's side, making the purchase.
It's nice when you can make the purchase instead of sacrificing the heart, especially in this format where we end up usually being shorter on the heart. But Taco getting the sword first could be the bigger payoff. Now he finds a candle for only 53, but didn't have enough money for that to be an option anyways. August, why are all these old men saying "work"?
That is because with the current flags, you will not be able to understand any of these old men. Their hints, the shopkeepers, unless you have the book.
Oh, I thought Chocobos were just wearing robes.
Nope, that book acts as a translator device.
But you're saying there's still a chance they could just be Chocobos wearing robes.
I'm not familiar with the reference you're making, but let's go with sure.
Final Fantasy, they normally say "work." Hey,
Ah,
Maligord takes the chances and gets a payoff of 41 rupees from the gambling.
wow, nice call.
I love that play if you're low on money because you're not really sacrificing a lot. I'll especially take advantage if it's near start.
Absolutely. Looks like Taco's burning down the dead woods, not finding much of anything, unfortunately. Not really ready to dip back into level 7.
Well, there's level 4. That looks a little bit more compelling than 7.
Absolutely. Although we do know the shapes for this flag set, level 7 is still no fun.
Level 4 a bit shorter, each only having the one item. And this could potentially be it if you can get by Dark Nuts.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge with that wood sword.
This is actually one of my favorite rooms to fight Dark Nuts in, because with the blocks, it forces them to turn every so often, so you'll get your openings. You can stick underneath the blocks and hit them when they walk across the north.
We do
Staircase.
have a staircase, and it's the raft. Not the
Well,
best item to get early on, but opens 2 more checks.
it's not always required, but when it is, it makes a difference.
Maligord finding his wood sword here. Both our runners armed at 5 minutes in. The wood sword, candle, and bombs.
Yeah, only about a 3-minute difference on the swords. Interesting that Taco went ahead and left level 4 instead of going for the Triforce.
Oh, so it's an ugly raft screen with all those blue Lionels. And he takes a bot from the Zora instead. Looks like Maligord's up to 5 hearts.
Well, Thurwolf's on top of it while I was updating my notes. It was a key block in 4. That makes perfect sense, and you don't want to explore with bombs when you're down to your last one. Speaking of, we've not found a bomb shop yet. At least that I have seen. Still hunting for the Armos item as well as the white sword item. The coast item, we've seen the wood boomerang.
The Armos item a bit easier to locate than the white sword.
White sword has basically the whole overworld. Armos just has a handful of screens. Maligord's starting to get some money together. Do you hold it for a bomb upgrade? Or are you hoping for a big purchase like a blue ring? Or maybe for hints?
Well, you never know when that wooden arrow is going to be required either.
So it looks like the Armos item's going to be in the woods, which Maligord was attempting to explore but didn't make it.
There's the white sword item on Taco's side of the wand.
One right of vanilla start. 3 hearts obviously not enough, but now you got to get to check with 4.
Not doing it.
Alright, Maligord has 5, so still a chance to pick it up first time you see it. But also Maligord will have access to that bonus cave and will be guaranteed it.
Not quite guaranteed it unless he finds another heart here on Candle Row.
There's a bonus right next to the wand.
Oh, correct. Right.
Yeah, Taco just got that. So I was saying if you factor that in, it'll be guaranteed.
I see.
Important distinction. Hey, only 2 hits against the blue moblins. That's nice.
Yep, we like our blue enemies, at least our blue overworld enemies, to be a little squishy.
Maligord does pick up the arrows with no bow, no sign of an arrow block so far.
It's better to spend some rupees on some wooden arrows that you might not need than to lose it all to some door repairs. So Maligord getting a
Maligord
6th
does it in
heart.
the perfect order. Without
Yes,
knowing.
sir.
So Maligord will have the combat advantage now with the wand.
Twice as many hit points as the wood sword, and... Wait a second. Was that a 28 secret on Taco's side?
I missed it. If so, that would mean the 50 was the large secret.
Yeah, I didn't think it could get that low. But that wand is very useful, adding a bit of a range as well as a more powerful strike from the blade.
It's a nice unlimited range weapon. You can also use it close combat against a bunch of enemies.
Maligord finding level 2.
And to answer a question in chat, yes, it was 6 hearts. To get it, we know that... Well, I guess we didn't see it at 5.
Correct.
But Taco could not get it at 4. So it was either 5 or 6.
That's a nice early compass pickup that Maligord found here in level 2, as Taco finds was at level 8.
8 is great. 2 items available, plus a Triforce. If you're planning out which dungeons you'd love to clear in this, you'd take 1, 2, 8, and then just give me anything that's not 6 or 7.
I don't know, sometimes that item and 2 control you. So I might go 1, 3, 4, and 8. All depends on what levels you find, though.
Yeah, you're going to take what you can get. But you're going to get to the Triforces faster in 1 and 2 than other dungeons significantly. At least Dark Nuts are not bad with the wand.
Yep, and a free heart from it.
Of course, it's level 2, so you can't be sure if that is the dungeon item or the dungeon heart. So you better assume it's dungeon heart until proven otherwise.
These blue Dark Nuts a bit more difficult. Still not sure if they rolled a little higher than normal, but even in vanilla they're pretty beefy.
In a room like this, it wouldn't hurt to duck back out, change the enemy set, and see if you take those Dark Nuts out. But not as bad without as many. I think that was the biggest problem for Maligord, was the number of them in the previous room. Well, Old Man Room not going to be helped because we still don't have the book. That wand is definitely paying dividends already for Maligord.
That's the any key for the Armos item on Taco's side. I don't know how Maligord managed to miss that. He was over in that area.
Died on that screen, I believe. It was early on.
Yuck.
But that's probably great news for Taco. Well, I think it was Taco got key blocked out of 4.
Yeah, Taco's the one who found level 4. But he's headed right back into level 8.
Keys will take away a bunch of blocks. You'd rather have some bombs to go with it, but you take what you can get sometimes. As far as non-required items go, any key is one of the nicer ones to pick up just because of how much exploration it opens up for you.
The only trick is remembering you have it and not going after those free key drops on the floor.
The Recorder is our drop in level 2.
Interesting find. 1 overworld check, defeater of Digdoggers.
And potential in helping your overworld movement by warping back to dungeons in which you've already got the Triforce.
Absolutely. Stand one of 2 directions, and the whistle progresses level by level of the Triforces you picked up. Stand in the opposite 2 directions, and it goes in a descending order.
Triforce on the ground will be our first pickup for Maligord, 13 minutes in.
And the first item in level 8 is the ladder. Taco definitely happy he came back in here.
Not always required, but usually you're going to assume it probably is.
Oh, there's the bomb shop. 1 rupee for a pack of 4 bombs. Nice.
Oh, that's the stuff of dreams.
That's a cheap meat shop, too, at 50.
You know, it kind of amuses me, but one of the runners commented on all the 7s that were in the seed that we generated today, and it's like, well, if you go with the lucky stuff, you got Lucky 7 delivering the $1 bombs.
So I just was watching Maligord here on the south coast. He did pick up a medium secret for 28, so we are extreme poverty of that large secret being 50.
Well, that'll make you really glad the bombs are so cheap, because this will be one of the primary purchase points. Yeah, $2.52 for a blue ring.
I sure hope he marked that down. It's real close to level 2, and with that whistle, he can always, warp back there very quickly.
Well, 8 Triforce for Taco.
Maligord finding the letter, 1 screen north of the any key. Alright, good.
Be able to get in there now. Yeah, anyone could be forgiven for dying on a screen where the Lionels are firing away before you even know what's there.
Yep, you're so focused on touching that Armos, trying to dodge that you can easily forget about those Lionel beams. Maligord now finding level 8.
So now that aspect pretty neutral. Resource-wise, Maligord a little ahead, having the wand, while Taco still behind in hearts, not able to pick it up yet.
Although he does have the ladder, although we haven't found any ladder blocks yet. It's always a possibility that that ladder will be required.
Very much the case. Taco must be thinking potion, but you don't have the sword yet, so you better take the heart. Does he go check at 5 or wait till 6?
I think you kind of route your way down there. I don't think he's found level 2 yet. But going off over here up the coast, looks like maybe up to the northeast corner.
But Maligord is now in 8 and should soon find the ladder as well. The second item, I believe.
And there's a mugger, but luckily the any key will neutralize that.
Yeah, nope. 3 minus all the keys is still all the keys.
It's the beauty of infinity.
There'll be plenty more of this tournament ahead. We've got matches at 5:30 and 7 o'clock tonight. Stay tuned to Twitch for even more Z1 action.
Yep, a whole host of games tomorrow. Oh, there's the heart container as our second item in level 8.
Boy, that could have been nice for Taco. Although Taco noped out and it's not required, it would have guaranteed the wand, which I don't think Taco routed back for. Did they do that while I was looking at my notes?
There's a dig dogger in that tea room. Not a nice sight. But he does have the means to take it out.
No ladder, so you can't ladder clip to that heart, but you don't have to reset because of being able to kill the dig dogger.
Yeah, I'm guessing he thought he was a little too far into 8 to just up an A.
Well, especially if you're only one room away and potentially this bomb wall opens it up for you. There you go. This is a lot of hearts for this tournament. Anytime you get up into the second row, you're above average.
Especially when those boss hearts aren't shuffled in. That's a fun flag where 3 hearts can be in level 1 or level 8.
3 hearts or 3 items, but those aren't the flags we're playing under. A little more standard. Watch for that one in the next tournament, though. I'm imagining it'll be live by then.
And Taco, I think that's his final large secret, up to 238 rupees.
Level 8 with a couple moat rooms, as it's prone to do.
Taco maxing out his rupee count. Maybe gonna make a blue ring purchase if he comes across one of those shops. I believe this was the ladder from Maligord.
Trying to do it without the sword strike, but then the sword strike just makes it that much easier. Maligord's gonna get the ladder.
And Taco finding level 5.
Only 6 minutes that Taco had the ladder, and I think the only difference would be picking up the wood boomerang.
Yep, but we got blue whiz robes here in level 5. And some Pole's voice.
Well, you could shoot him with an arrow if you had the bow.
Why can't I just stab him with my bow?
Why can't you use the Micon controller too? because this isn't the Famicom. Maligord continuing to dig this 8, looking for the Triforce now. It's found both items. And the heart containers, so this is a full clear. But pretty worthwhile, because by the time you've explored enough to do both rooms, there's not that many rooms left to look for the Triforce.
Not with that compass. Here's a staircase on Taco's side. Just transport. Ah, Rupee Boss drops the heart.
That's just nice all the way around. And Maligord will be picking up the Triforce in 8. Second Triforce for Maligord. The advantage on that so far.
Imagine Taco is just a few screens away from his Triforce out of here. Nice ladder clip to get that map that he doesn't need, and that finds a Triforce, 1 room south. A little curious what he's doing killing these blobs.
That must be a heart check.
He hasn't found the item out of 5 yet.
Doesn't hurt to explore adjacent rooms to the Triforce you can get back quickly. This could be it. And that should be it. And it's the book.
Book. Nice find. Especially with all those rupees. And I believe, yeah, chat is a little note here. Taco is a female racer. I apologize.
Alright, so the Triforce is going to be Taco's second. We're tied up on that front. Although, I feel a little bit better about the progress Maligord's been able to make, in particular because of the wand. Combat's been a little faster. The biggest difference was in that 8. Taco got there first, but also Taco only got 1 of the 2 items. Here's a first hint shop. Ladders required for the power bracelet. Manhandle has got the red ring. And now Taco knows leaving 8 was fine because it's the heart container.
Yeah, that's a great hint to find, knowing that you don't have to double dip into level 8.
Now Maligord in 5. Will Maligord pick up the book or take the Triforce and leave?
And we got level 3 on Taco's side.
What a find right after the hint. Right after the hint about the red ring, here is level 3.
Might end up ditching the red ring if she doesn't find it early. Free Triforce like that, although this reverse serum can't be a staircase because of those shutter doors. But gonna check a few more rooms for that item.
3 is a short dungeon. It's definitely worth the dig as long as the enemies aren't just atrocious.
Maligord's still getting all those Wark hints, unable to get the information from those old men. As Taco does pick up her third Triforce at a level 3.
Ahead in the Triforce count, which does work in Taco's favor, and Taco should be able to get over to the wand before too long. I don't mind taking your time in the dungeons when you don't really need the wand. And Magic Sword is officially a possibility. Not for sure, but a possibility. Of course, we haven't found it, but don't bother me with trifles. Staircase, and there's the red ring.
Definitely I'll help combat out. Not that she needs it, has definitely been taking care of these monsters without a problem.
Chat brings up, why might Taco want the wand while you have the book, which yes would generate fire, but the wand is more damage than the wood sword would be the thing, especially for Darknet dungeons. Plus, lacking any range weapons right now.
As Maligord doing the same thing, finds that book and without hesitation, picking it up.
199 yes, Maligord just has to be careful of the fire.
Yep, but with 199, definitely purchase those hints.
Yeah, it's just one of those things you have to be mindful of. Before this tournament, a lot people would never pick up the book because you didn't want the fire.
Not fire, but those red vires off, or those red keys off those vires are a little beefy. This Taco
now,
finds a heart container. One.
The power of the hints to tell you where the bow is in particular makes that book so appealing.
Yep, that's the hint we're looking for.
We know it won't be in this hint shop, it's the same one Taco checked earlier. But that should lead to Maligord also picking up the red ring. Which is a lot of defense on this many hearts. So level 1, what are we looking for?
Looking for a staircase that holds an item, and we're looking for a item that drops on the floor after you clear the room. There's a hint for level 6.
See, the other thing about the book is you get the dungeon hints on the table. It's not just the hint shops, and sometimes those are quite useful. Question in chat, no sign of silvers or bow or even a hint. So far, no, we do not.
That is correct.
Let's see, we're half hour in, so let's look through what we have. We found out the coast item was the wood boomerang, the white sword item is the wand, the armless item was the magic key. As for dungeons, we've seen the recorder in level 2, the red ring in level 3, level 4 with the raft, level 5 with the book, level 8 is the ladder and heart container. And apparently the silver's in 1 while I was doing that.
Yep. I wasn't quite sure if that was the silvers or the magical boomerang. But chat, with the confirmation, it's one of our go mode items down. It would be absolutely awesome if the staircase item was the bow.
That would be quite the feat and put you in definite go mode. Unless, of course, level 9 was power bracelet locked. And once in a while, crazy things happen.
Here's the diamond staircase on Taco's side. What do we got? Controlled by these bubbles first, but...
Trying to block clip with the wood boomerang.
That's not a strat I've seen before, but we have the white sword as our second item in level 1. Not quite as good as the bow, but definitely gonna pick that up. Sans wand.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to take Taco away from getting the wand.
Yeah,
the damage
I agree.
output is significant. It is a little bit worse for Patras to not have it.
Yeah, I did just notice, though, Maligord up to 10 hearts in play for that magical sword, which we saw somewhere, I believe. Over by level 2.
No?
Yeah, and there's the Triforce for Taco. 4 down, 1 to go. And the bow.
The good news for Taco is they have been the one to go through these dungeons and get them first, while Maligord has been a dungeon behind for a lot of this route.
Might have been all thanks to that early wood sword.
In Maligord's favor, a little more hearts. We know that the wood arrow purchase will not be worth it in the end.
Maligord picking up the compass and leads him directly to the Triforce, 1 screen north. He's up to 4.
Now, Maligord got the hint about the red ring, and looks like that's the play. And I fully agree with that. If you know it's in a short dungeon, if you knew it was in 7, maybe you say, save my pennies, let's go buy a blue ring. If you know it's in a short dungeon and you can definitely clear it.
I mean, at this point, 30 minutes in, I might be a little nervous about where my opponent is. And given the relatively squishy nature of the enemies, I might opt to, come back if I absolutely need it later, but... I don't know, at this point my heart would be pounding, looking at the SRL. Where's my opponent at? The seed hasn't been too terrible.
Well, for Maligord's perspective, you've seen the ladder, you've not seen silver, and you've not seen bows. You've been in level 8. Level 1 would be the other biggest question for you. You've seen Armos, you've seen White Sword, and Coast, so you know it's not one of those.
Taking the up and A. Gonna continue on to Death Mountain. Sure to find level 1 in just a few screens and grab his silver arrows. Have you seen Maligord if they've checked the recorder lake?
I don't think we've seen that routed in. It's a little out of the way. Although, if you go back to level 7 at any point or the start screen, that would put you in that direction.
I'm always tempted to, as soon as I find that recorder, mark that check off. Otherwise, I have a tendency to forget it up there.
I think it's so near start that you don't want to make a specific journey for it. If that happens to be level 9, it's just probably going to work out faster in the long run if you leave it.
Maligord up to 12 hearts.
finds the Triforce room, but we don't need that Triforce just yet. There's items to be found.
Yeah, using that rendering to his advantage. So interesting that Taco isn't going into level 4.
Well, you could up A and get there quickly. The only thing is, even if you did, I guess we did find level 9. They would have been in and out of that so fast, I guess I missed it. So that takes that away, but maybe you're still looking for Bo.
Yeah, at this point, it's gambling on whether the bow isn't going to be in level 9 or not. Taco, a few screens away from level 2. Unable to grab
There
that
is the
magical sword.
Yeah, level 2 now. Which, this is what Maligord had on Taco, was this dungeon already done. So this is where we're about to really see who's where, because Maligord had done the extra dungeon and kind of been chasing Taco otherwise, going through the same locations after Taco already had cleared them.
Yeah, no, Taco made the correct play out of level 8 when she decided not to dig the second item, and then finding that hint was just perfect. Maligord, on the other hand, dug level 8, grabbed both items. So I think that's a little bit of the time loss. But here are the silver arrows, I believe. Oh, nope, just the staircase.
That's the white sword. Silvers were the floor drop item.
I just remember the room was to the left when Taco went in and out.
Chat asking about if the screen was bombed. One of them did. It was a shop. It wasn't anything remarkable. I think it was an arrow and bait shop. So we've seen it, but at this point I'd be stretched to tell you which runner did. But I think it was Maligord.
Which shop was that?
Our starting screen, 1 east of 7.
Yeah. Maligord bombed that early with those bombs out of 7. The 1 rupee bomb shop is actually down by the coast over here by level 2.
Alright, so I thought that was going to be a good way to kind of judge where the runner's progress is. Maligord is out of 8 before Taco is out of 2.
Oh, level 1, I think Maligord was just in, but up to 5
Maligord
Triforces.
out of 1, Taco still in 2. Maligord had already done 2, so this is the first time we're seeing them with even progress, basically.
I gotcha. So where's level 9 and where is our bow? The answer could be the same. Just a few seconds, Taco. Falling behind Maligord here. 5th Triforce. Interestingly, they both found the same levels and grabbed the same Triforces, other than Taco finding level 4 in the raft. Grabbing those nice bombs. And even gonna purchase the meat. Interesting play.
It is. I can't say I disagree with it since you have the surplus funds. On the other hand, the odds of a bait block in 9, not great.
You're just going to be kicking yourself if you do wind up being unlucky enough to draw that seed. And not needing to purchase a blue ring or arrows. I think it's the right play.
Taco getting all the bomb drops now that you're full on bombs. Isn't that the way it goes?
Yeah, well, they would do that right next to that shop. Gonna check this, oh, I don't think she's checked this raft spot up here. A drum roll, please.
Maligord took the potion out of the, I believe that was the last bonus cave.
Just another secret. Maligord finally up and ang. He's gonna jump into level 7 again. About 40 minutes later.
With 5 Triforces, is this a play to see if Bo is here?
Looks like it, or maybe he's thinking power bracelet to 9?
Very interesting. We did see a hint about the power bracelet.
I believe that was step over the water for the power bracelet, though. Oh, here's level 6 under Recorder Lake.
It is a dungeon. It's on the longer side to only have that one item. Taco knows where 4 is, I do believe.
Correct.
Going for the other raft check first, it looks like.
Oh, that's right. She couldn't check this earlier with so little health and all these blue Lionels.
Still was iffy with that much health than that many Lionels.
Yeah, but that white sword and red ring combination, it's hard to beat.
Raft officially not required. A little surprised Taco didn't bomb the screen that time.
I wonder if on one of their first bomb drops that they checked it, didn't up and A to save them. Looks like she's headed into level 6. Both of our runners making that gamble that Bo is going to be outside of level 9. Both levels very large. Level 7, I believe, is just a few rooms larger.
We've covered so much of the overworld. I wouldn't be surprised if Maligord has full cleared the overworld at this point, other than the raft checks and recorder. So if you're doing that, then playing the odds, it looks like 9 is behind the power bracelet.
So that's the second step over the water hint. The first one being for the power bracelet. That second one on Taco's side was for the magical boomerang.
Question in chat. The start screen is just a shop. We've seen that bomb wall.
And Jay Coper, we have we? I don't believe we've seen the magical boomerang yet. Just that hint.
No. 45 minutes wouldn't hurt to run through everything. We've seen the wood boomerang as the coast item. The white sword item was the wand. Armos held the magic key. Level 1 with the silvers and the white sword. Level 2 the recorder. Level 3 the red ring. Level 4 the raft. Level 5 the book. Level 8 has the ladder and a heart container. We're still looking for 6 and 7.
So 4 items to go.
They've covered a lot of ground. The progress has been good, and the time isn't bad for the point they are in this seed. It just, the only thing that's probably feeling bad to each of the runners is you're not in level 9. You've got enough Triforces. You only need 1 item. You'd love to be in level 9 right now looking for the bow.
And there's the Triforce on Taco's side. Gonna try to get around it. Don't want to get bopped into there. Nice ladder clip. Doing a game of Ring Around the Rosie with that Triforce.
One thing working in your favor when you have to dig these dungeons, since you're not looking for items, I'm sorry, you're looking only for items, you're not looking for Triforce. So you don't have to really do a lot of combat in these dungeons. You're just, is this a push block room? Kill everything. Is it not? Move on to the next one.
Yep, unless there's that shutter door. But Taco picking up her, what is that, 11th Triforce? Both these runners in
That'd be a little much.
Magical Sword.
11 would be a lot of Triforces. There's the Magic Boomerang in 6.
Alrighty then. So chances are the bow is in level 9, wherever that is.
So it looks like Maligord is the one who's made the play that's going to work out. The power bracelet almost certainly has to be here.
Taco visiting that fairy fountain and doing a quick up and A, and I think she's deduced the same thing, that the power bracelet's in 7, which leads to level 9.
Question in chat about Taco with the wand. Taco did not have enough hearts to pick up the wand when they found it in the first place, then did not go back because we found the book. And I think just decided the wand didn't have enough value. Now both runners in the same dungeon. This is the dungeon we expect Power Bracelet to be in, because we're out of other dungeons.
Suppose it is possible that the runners both miss the spot on the overworld, but the chances of that from these two very successful runners is very unlikely. I can't imagine that they both missed the very same spot on the overworld, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure that both have full cleared the overworld, but we have certainly seen, I think, seen the full overworld with both of them. Just because one checked the raft, the other didn't. One checked the recorder.
No, it was Taco who checked both the recorder spot and the raft spots. So Maligord has a few more spots open on his map.
Was that a mugger?
I missed it if it was. But Maligord.
Okay, it looks like it was for Maligord. It was the mugger. So we need the bait.
Oh,
and this could pay off for Taco.
Wow. Definitely a good call to pick up that bait if that's the case. Maligord finding his last, or second to last level. I don't think he found level 6 yet either.
And this makes sense from Taco's perspective. If you haven't picked up the raft yet, you don't know that the item's not in 4.
Yep. Taco finding a Gleeok in Princess Zelda's room. No princess, of course.
Okay, mugger, bait block, big difference. that was the bait block.
A little bit of a difference. Still wants
either way, steals stuff
from you. Allowed to come by. Yeah.
Maligord finds the raft. You got to pick it up because you don't know that 9's not behind the raft.
Well, in his mind, I think it must be either raft or power bracelet blocked. He's gonna be sorely disappointed if he makes these checks.
Still think if you come across a bait shop, you might pick it up.
Well, once you found that, yeah, absolutely. I hope you marked down where you can purchase some bait. 164 rupees, no problem, but remembering it as opposed to marking it down is a bit of a gamble.
It's one of those things. I like to mark the nearest one to start so that I know I can get back to it if I can. I'd
Yep.
even worry about that more than price usually.
And yep, he found a bait and he's picking it up.
Do you make the play to go back for it? Do you check the other raft spot first?
That will be an interesting call.
I love the play to pick it up regardless of your routing so that you have it if you have to go back that way.
Absolutely.
Came back to the Any Road. This is the magic sword.
Ah, is that the
Maligord's
play
going to
he's
make a
making?
play for it. And it pays off.
So making that mad dash down the coast, grab that other raft spot, and then it's going to be a quick up and A.
So at this point, Maligord needs the combat in 9 to just be as trolly as could be. That is the biggest thing that could be a difference maker now.
Level 7 proving to be quite the troll itself, even armed with the bait. Taco still is yet to find the item. Oh, but finds a bomb upgrade.
Only 2, but still 2 more. They're back to back!
Oh,
The
wow.
bomb upgrades back to back!
Don't see that very often. If at all.
Alright, Maligord has now checked both raft locations. Do you take the bait back to 7? Do you go into level 6?
I don't think Maligord has checked Recorder Lake, so that would definitely be a call, considering it might be level 9. But he's
7's the
dipping into
fastest to get
7.
back to, though, because it's right by start. Is this our last staircase? It is, and it's the power bracelet.
Alright, so level 9 is power bracelet blocked. Any guesses on one of the 4 locations? I'm gonna say
I don't even know what the biggest troll would be. I'll go one south of the ferry. Go south of the ferry. For my prediction, sure to go wrong.
Looks like I got the first opportunity here.
Not gonna be this one.
Nope. Using that whistle very effectively. Maligord pays that hungry Wizrobe. Stealing the line from Cain the Elder.
Well, almost. There's our second hint shop.
There
we're
you
missing
go.
the bow. You better pay. That might be worth.
What? Oh, maybe she's going to. No, that wouldn't make sense with the ferry. I was thinking maybe she wanted to save real quick and then whistle back here to 2 and, save her money.
Actually, I take that back. Since we've seen every dungeon, there wouldn't be the value in the hints. It'd only tell you 50%.
Yep.
And it's faster to just walk down here.
Absolutely. Forgot that small detail that we know where the bow is.
Well, if
we
you
just
called
gotta
5
dig it out.
Start, you were right.
Alright, 55, almost 56 minutes in, we have level 9 entrance.
We know somewhere in the depths of this level 9 is the bow. I believe the other would have to be the red candle at this point.
Yep. We also have a kidnapped princess and a ruthless swarmongering pig.
Maybe something slightly different from Taco. We'll find out.
And plenty of Patra as well.
And there's the power bracelet for Maligord. It's about 3 minutes behind Taco's pickup.
Let's see what his strat is for checking these spots off.
Got the recorder, which could put you close.
Depends on which spot he's whistling to. That's the right spot.
Like this is going to pay off.
Find it right off the bat. Oh, that's right. Boy.
But you do get the fairy to refill your health.
Oh, and Maligord picking these hints up because he did not find level 6.
Yeah, those hints not helpful in this case because it doesn't say where level 9 is. I think even though you're missing a dungeon, it still makes sense to look for 9 instead. You're talking about 2 items instead of just the 1. Also be interesting to see if the extra couple bombs make a difference for Taco. Maligord only at 6 right now.
Yeah,
oh, apparently we did get the hint for 6. I apologize, I missed that. Good eye, Thurwolf.
Yeah, Maligord.
So that
interesting
definitely
play
paid
there.
off. Maligord's on the right track to get into this 9.
Looks like just shy of 3 minutes behind Taco.
Also with the magic sword and wand. So
that's a good point.
Combat for normal enemies plus the Patras, you've got the wand you can dual wield.
You have half as many swings on Ganon.
For Taco, a possible advantage in having a higher max bomb count, both of them with the wand. Both of them with the magic key, so that not an option, not an obstacle. We found the red ring.
Finding the red candle there.
Found the red ring, so they have that for combat purposes. The red candle won't help us save the princess, or whatever the case may be on Taco's side.
Now, what
well, breaking development, Ganon not in his room. Even if you find Ganon, who is apparently in the southwest of Skull,
useful
hint. Still need the bow to finish the job. You know, you might not feel great about this pace as a runner coming into 9 for this tournament, but if you think of in terms of full clearing a seed, this is a perfectly fine pace for them to be on. And we're basically looking at every item checked. So they have done a tremendous job navigating this one. Just not an easy path to be had. Kidnapped is in the northeast. So we know our quadrants for both. But we do not know the location of the bow, nor will we get it from a hint. We do, however, know where Ganon is because Maligord has located it in the E column. Checking the bomb walls. That can be one of the greatest trolls when your item you need is behind Ganon.
Yuck, these Vyres. No, thank you.
The bombs have been kind of plentiful in this night. That works towards Maligord's advantage. Certainly came in with less. Certainly less on the maximum. The compass wouldn't hurt, certainly not required. We already know the general area. Maligord also specifically knows Ganon's room at this point. Taco found the red candle. I don't think Maligord did yet. It's a lot of staircases to check in this level 9.
And they're gonna check them all.
At least until you find the bow. The thing about checking both sides of a staircase is you are able to mark off those 2 locations on your tracking map instead of just the one. So even if you're going to dive right back in to explore the area you were in before, it's still probably a good idea to check the other side. Taco making exploration of the middle of the map quite well. Maligord's a little more around the edges. Advantage of that is exploring for Ganon's roar. Here's the bow! Maligord the first to find it.
And he knows where the pig is, too.
Taco's exploration should have taken adjacent of Ganon's room to know where that is, even if you don't know the exact path. Was this path required to go through Ganon? Or was there another way? It was Maligord who picks up the bow. Taco's still exploring for it. Here's the fight against Ganon. That looks like there was an alternate path to get there. Boy, that would have been the ultimate. Maligord a little trouble picking Ganon up. 2 hits now.
Nothing to worry about with that red ring, potion, magical sword. Just a matter of finding that pig.
And there it goes. Ganon's down. 104. Maligord needs to find the kidnapped. Taco still has the advantage of the compass. Taco needs to find this bow and needs to find it quick. There it is.
I'm choosing not to up an A. Maybe it's a little faster this route.
The path to Ganon is pretty short from this room. So I think Taco was adjacent to it. Maligord went in the room. We don't have the audio of the runners, so we can't hear the roar, but I think Taco did earlier, because came right to the exact right room.
Yep. So it's a race to find the princess now. Maligord, few-minute lead.
Maligord saw the hint about the kidnapped. But this is not the right section of the map. It's the northeast. That's the hint that Maligord saw. This is the southeast. Did Maligord remember the direction wrong?
Well, we have bacon on Taco's side. Goes well inside of Taco, in my opinion.
That is basically a minute and a half difference on the kills, but Taco knows where to go. That is big. He's 1 column off. Needs to be the next column over. Oh, going the wrong way. Gotta go to the left. Level 9 is in its vanilla shape. Maligord is in the wrong column now. It's under the L, not the 9. Taco's almost there. 2 rooms away. Can't get there from this angle.
Is there another route over here?
Shoot.
Oh, shoot! Oh,
that's the ultimate.
You have to get it from the north side. Maligord picked up the compass, too.
That's big, but apparently we need a magic staircase to get in the right direction.
Yep, can't bomb up north, can't
That's
get
the
in
right
there
way.
from the east or the west. Wow. That's some race here at the end.
Here it is.
Oh, hugged by a couple
pancakes
legs
in the way. And Maligord is our winner, official SRL time 108.42. Chat, you cannot put enough GGs in for these runners. But you're welcome to try. What a race.
That surely was a spectacular finish.
Hopefully Maligord will be able to join us here shortly.
Taco finding the bad news. Not east nor west. Gotta find it from the north.
Yeah, you gotta find the right staircase to get you above it. Looks like Maligord had the mapping done well. That's the right one for Taco.
Dodging those likes. Finding the princess at 1 hour 9 minutes in.
I don't think that Taco has actually ended this yet. Just standing there. Maybe he saw how close this one was. Maligord should be joining us shortly.
Maybe just didn't realize he needs one more pixel south.
No, I think it's intentional.
Okay.
Giving Zelda a Taco, so the SRL time isn't going to reflect how close this it was. But Taco had the advantage of the compass, while Maligord had to search room by room. What an event this turned out to be. And remember, Power Bracelet was required. Maligord was actually the second to pick it up by about 3 minutes.
Yep, definitely an impressive level 9 here.
There's the dot done for Taco, which is going to come in at 111, which, like I said, just will not reflect how close this one was.
Yep, level 9 living up to its name of the Great Equalizer.
Maligord, are you with us now? GG.
Oh boy, guys. So, how close was that?
You were 3 minutes.
Certainly less than 2 minutes.
Oh
yeah,
my god.
3 minutes behind Taco entering into level 9 there.
Wow. I actually thought I might have been ahead just because of where level 1 was and then the power bracelet in 7, but the way I screwed up 7, I wasn't for sure.
Well, one big difference there, Taco actually went into 7 with the bait.
Yeah,
So
and
stuck around and finished it while you went out exploring elsewhere.
yeah, I thought that might hurt me when the raft was not required, and I thought it's back in 7, and I got to get back there.
The hints, did you purchase them at the end? Did that keep you from going back to a dungeon, or would you have gone to 9 regardless?
No, I would have gone to 9. Especially I found 4 there late and it was the raft. So I mean the bow was going to be 66% in 9 for me. So and yeah, I never found 6, but I assumed it was
Recorder
no.
Lake.
Oh, is it recorded late? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw the hint that it was by a lake, so I was thinking power bracelet, but then I'm like, wait, no, I checked that one. But so
So how about the path to Zelda?
I can't believe I didn't see that door before because I was in that room. I mean, that was my second staircase. And then I had to find the compass and I don't know why I didn't see that door before. I guess I really should not have won this race.
You were the first to
Nonsense.
find the bow and the first to get Ganon. Go ahead, August.
Yeah, I was just about to say, nonsense and not supposed to be winning it. That's the joy of randomizer. Anything can happen, especially in Novel 9.
That's true. The great equalizer.
You
I've
both
been in first and lost races there. I've been in second and won races. You never know going into 9. You had to keep going.
you both put on a terrific show. So any other thoughts on kind of the Swiss in general?
Well,
The whole
I like these flags. I think we should carry these over to brackets, but I know that's not going to happen. Um, but I really like the decisions. The 5 Triforces, the important items in 9. I really love watching the decisions of when to dig 9, when to dig 7. Really, I found that has been a determining factor in a lot of races. I won one race because I um, dug 7 early and found the power bracelet, and I could have lost this one with a horrible 7 that I had. So everyone wants to just turn right around and not dig 7, and they would be right in this one since it was buried. But 7 can be a determining factor.
August, any other questions?
Nope. Unfortunately, not getting Taco in here for the post-race interview, but it was quite the match to watch. Absolutely fun commentating. Thanks to all our racers, restreamers, tracker, all that good jazz.
Dude, on top of everything, doing a great job as the tracker. Willow stepping up to be a restreamer today. It is so appreciated. A few technical difficulties. We had a phantom runner in the SRL room, had to make a new one just to get this one started. And thank you so much to our runners for being great sports about it all.